Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and today I'm gonna prank MumboJumbo, also known as Ollie. Known as Oliver. And what we're going to do is we are going to give him a beautiful puzzle because he loves puzzles. He loves solving logical things. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to put the base of the puzzle right here, and then I'm going to have it extend way up into the sky. It'll be pretty large. But why don't we hop over into my creative test world and take a look at how we're going to create it. Here we are in my test world. As you can see, I've got a beautiful flat land where I have been experimenting with different ways to represent a 3x3 grid. Now, what we are looking at creating is a Hungarian puzzle sculpture that was invented way back in the 70s by a Hungarian puzzle sculptor, and most commonly known in the western parts of Europe and the United States as the Rubik's Cube. Now, creating a massive 30x30 block in Oliver's base, or Ollie's base, is not really going to be very interesting. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that this is three-dimensionally angled, right? So I've started looking at different ways that I could twist the squares and still have them interlock in such a way that sold Rubik's Cube. And what it's coming down to, I think, is this is going to be 8 blocks of color, then 2 of dark wool here. So it'd be like wool, 1 block, 8 blocks of color, 2 blocks black, color, black, color, black. So you end up with a cube that's, once again, 30 on each side. Now, 30 is evenly divisible by several numbers. It's divisible by 1, it's divisible by 30, but it's also divisible by 2, 3, and 5. So, what I'm thinking I'm going to do is have it on one axis offset by 5, possibly leaning forward. And then maybe on the other axis have it, this is a bad example here. So let's go ahead and get rid of these parts. Well, we'll leave them for now. Have this one offset by like 3 or so. Whoops. Every 3 blocks will offset 1 more. And so what'll happen is every 10 blocks here, so 3, we'd have another post that goes up 5, and then we would come up here, and that would, go up, or actually in this case it would be back here, 4, 5. And by doing this, we can create a cube that does not look completely boring and lame. So, why don't we hop back into the Hermitcraft world and create something awesome. As you can see, I've created 2 double chests, one with the black blocks, the black wool that will provide the framework, as well as a little bit of overflow for other colors, and then 6 rows of 9 stacks of colored wool. Now, the reason to have 6 rows of 9 stacks is because if each face of the cube, each colored face, each colored panel is an 8x8 square, well, and each cube has 9 things on it, boom, 9 panels. This is exactly how many wool I'll need, and these are the overlap extra in case I drop some. Now, what I want to do is I want to create a Rubik's Cube holder here that will hold the cube such that it does not, just rest on the ground, because that would be gauche. Nobody wants to leave a cube on the ground. You ever seen something just cubical lying around on the ground? No, that's abnormal. That was the entire premise of an episode of Doctor Who. So, how weird that is. So, in our case, we are not going to take no guff from nobody, and we are just going to go ahead and break some of this stuff with a pick because it was extra. And so let's go ahead and get our holder in place, and then we can just jump right into the cube. Had to go to bed too, and now I'm stuck down in a hole. Time skip. Mr. Mumbo say ha unido al juego. That means Mr. Mumbo has joined the game. Maybe we should hide. Well, let's see. Howdy. Maybe we should hide. Let's run back in our hiding hole here, and hide. We're gonna hide down here, where we hide our bodies. This is a completely sane place to do this. He doesn't know what we're doing yet, so let's go ahead and bury everything, bury the evidence, and let's go ahead and dig ourselves a hole. Oh, well, that went poorly. let's just dig straight down. Let's dig straight down to be sure that he doesn't see our name tapes, because that would be bad. We're just going to dig straight down to evade Oliver. I don't know. There's not a good word that rhymes with twist. That means like seeker. But let's go ahead and just come on down here. Okay, I think that I'm probably low enough that he won't see us, but you know what? Let's just be extra careful. We're down lower now. Okay. I'm well. Thank you. Any big plans for today? Okay. Mr. Mumbo has left the game. So what we're going to do real quickly is we're going to pillar back up, try to destroy everything we've constructed so far, which is just that little, the little cube holding cup, and then escape back underground, hopefully without notice. I do not think that he will necessarily be back, like he says BRB, which is short for right. It's not be left back or be to the front back. It's be quickly back. And so there is some concern here that he might be upon me shortly. So let's go ahead. We can't hide any of this any deeper because it's already like at the surface. Oh, that was a dumb hole to leave open. Yeah, okay. So where am I? Okay, I'm the only one on the server, so actually, let's quickly run back. Now I'm lost. Lost. Okay, if I go down here real quick. No. Why am I not claiming that block? If I stand directly underneath here and knock this out, real quickly, let's hop in the bed and change this to day. So if we change this to day, then we can... now I've got to wait for that grass to grow back again. Dang it. This is an exceptionally poorly planned video. By which I mean, I should have made sure that Mumbo wasn't about to log on to the server and notice everything that I had already started constructing. I mean, I'm glad I didn't start 3 minutes ago, because having to restart this from scratch, even if we just get the wool gone, where's my shears? Even if we just get the wool gone, that'll conceal the purpose of this even more clearly. Oh good, an enchanted spider, precisely the sort of spider that I would hope to see as I was, what do you call it? There's a skeleton. Evidence. We are currently concealing evidence. Or what is it? Destroying evidence, yes. Which is one of everyone's favorite legal procedures, popularized by the TV show CSI Law and Order Miami, Ohio, Cleveland. Okay. So, now, this looks like a bunch of dead grass, which is not ideal, but it is not necessarily immediately traceable back to us. Okay, so, then we come back down here. We fill this single slot. Okay. Boom. So, I think... Oh, yeah, I can't click on the bed because it's daytime. Okay, so if I log off now, then Mumbo is unlikely to detect us. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Time skip. So, as you can see here, I've gotten started on the first corner of the cube, and it's kind of starting to come together, except here's the problem. This took me like 4 hours just to get this right, and it's still wrong. See, that angle and that angle, they don't match up. And I might be famous for my hubris. Joe Hills' world-famous hubris is indeed acclaimed throughout the land, but having pitch, roll, and yaw applied to this cube, especially considering that I was planning to twist some of the top layers, it's just too much. There is... only like 5 or 6 hours before I can expect to see that fella back on the server, that little Ollie MumboJumbo fella, and I don't have 5 or 6 hours to complete this in the pitch, roll, and yaw, all sorts of diagonal dimensions. So, what I think I'm going to do is tear down what I have so far, make the first 2 layers a simple, straightforward, placed simply on the ground, and then have the 3rd layer rotated. It's not going to be as cool looking, but it will be done in secret, and secrecy is indeed key to all pranks. Time skip. Okay, so here's the bottom 2 rows from one side. I can hop on over here, and you guys can see that I've gone ahead and done the panels for the bottom 2 rows, as well as the actual bottom part here. And what I need to do is fill in these gaps and then go ahead and make sure that the top of the Rubik's Cube is actually twisted, because a Rubik's Cube that's not twisted is not going to look as cool. Now, this might not be the pitch roll and yaw Rubik's Cube I was hoping for, but I think it's still coming out pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and fill those gaps and get back to, cubing it up. As you can see, there is now a twist at the top of the Rubik's Cube. I have judiciously applied wool to all of the faces, all of the panels, except for one. Why would I do that? Why? Because I wanted to create a puzzle for Mr. Mumbo. Oh, that's really not a good enough jump of the Ender Pearl. Let's get away from there before we die. Okay, so if I hop up here real quick, which don't throw me over the top, we've got this one last panel that I have not colored in. Mumbo, it's up to you to figure out which color is the remaining panel. Now, you are a very talented logician and gamer, so this should be no problem for you. Is it light green, blue, magenta, red? I don't know. Those are all the colors I got in the box. I'm sure that you'll be able to figure it out just by looking at the Rubik's Cube. You're a pretty smart fella. If you've ever seen one of these in real life, they do follow certain... I'm terrible at everything. That almost killed me. And that's why we don't jump backwards off of things without feather falling boots. But anyway, so I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. It is absolutely beautiful if we come all the way back here. I don't want to take any fall damage in the process. If we run all the way back here to his entrance and turn around slowly, whoosh, check that out. Stop running backwards. That is going to be how I die. So anyway, if he comes out of his ender portal, what's he going to see? He's going to see that. That is pretty big and pretty awesome looking. I'm very happy with it. So, I need to leave him a note as well down here to let him know there's a puzzle. Oh no, we need a new line. Puzzle at the top. And we will sign that at Joe Hills. And hopefully he'll be able to figure out what I'm talking about and find the puzzle at the top. And hopefully his video should go live the same time mine does, so I'll make sure to link it in the description below. Hope you guys like this video. I hope you check out Mumbo's video and like it too. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.